And we return in Gloomhaven. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the first episode and that I have piqued your interest. In this episode, we will be introduced to the wizard and also the tinkerer, so that should be interesting. And the merchant then says, the joyous sound of gold coins in the pocket. But what to invest it in? Perhaps I should get some minor mana potions back in stock. It's about time you learned about the fundamentals of magic. I know a spellweaver who should be able to show you a thing or two. And last I heard from her, she was researching a stone circle in a forest nearby Gibbet Hill. With all these monsters about, we ought to check she's okay. Indeed. And she, spoilers, she's not. She's run into the trouble in the forest. Help her out, and she'll surely join the guild. Diddle-diddle-doo. Encounter. Oh, this is news to me. A cart lies seemingly abandoned by the side of the road. Whoever owns it is nowhere to be seen. The back of the cart is mostly loaded with junk, but there's a barrel loaded with food. And you are feeling rather hungry. Eat the food. The food in the barrel is far superior to the supplies you brought with you. Soft loaves of seeded bread, strips of dry cured meat, fresh fruits and vegetables. A true feast. You fashion a hearty meal from the barrel's contents and eat your fill. Feeling invigorated, you continue down the road. Interesting. So this was not here the first time I did my little testing run. Not sure what this does. You have been strengthened. Cool. This can happen during the tutorial phase, apparently. Whatever it did to me, but interesting. Asking around in Gibbet Hill, you are directed down a forest path towards some long-forgotten ruins. As you reach a clearing, you hear a commotion ahead. It seems some bandits have cornered an orchid woman. Is this who you have been told to find? Master the elements. The spellweaver has run into trouble in the forest, indeed. Meet the spellweaver, a powerful but fragile magic wielder who can harness the natural elements of the world. Good thing we found her when we did, that's a lot of bandits. To get her out of this mess, you'll need to harness the power of the elements infused in the battlefield. The elemental infusions display can be seen on the right of the screen, indicating which magical elements are available for consuming. In this scenario, the ice element is already infused, but elements are normally infused for 2 rounds through using actions with elemental symbols on them. Available for consumption after the turn in which they are infused. This is a very, very tricky system that I'm struggling to really master or optimize. It's easy to understand, but really hard to master this system. So let me just get that out of the way. In this round, you must consume the ice element to augment Freezing Nova's attack, killing as many bandits as you can. Survive the round by using Jump Move to get out of reach. So here's the ice element, Strong. This element is available to use for the rest of this round and the whole of the next round. Once used, it is unavailable for other characters. I'm not sure how you get a strong version, but whatever. Here, we will pick the Freezing Nova card, and then Ride the Wind, I think, is the other one they want me to play here. So end selection. They play a higher initiative attack, so they can't to go before me here. We will play the Freezing Nova. It is an AoE range 1 from ourselves, so like a little Nova attack, but that's indicated by the attack name. And we have to consume this ice element. It is an optional thing to do. If we do it, it is indicated up here that it will do 1 more damage. So I click the little ice thingy, and now we can see that the attack does more damage. It would have immobilized enemies regardless, but here we also get to kill a few. Blam. And then we have to move away. In this one, we can't really min-max gold gain because we have to run away, otherwise they will kill me. So we go here. and then they couldn't spend their attacks at all. By consuming the ice element, Freezing Nova dealt 3 base damage instead of 2, knocking out 3 bandits plus applying the immobilize condition so the bandits couldn't chase after you. It's pretty darn powerful, eh? Ride the Wind also infused the air element for you to use later if need be. You may have also noticed, with only 3 unburned cards remaining, the Spellweaver will be exhausted after the next round is over, as you cannot return burned cards via resting. Fortunately, the Spellweaver has a very powerful trick up her sleeve. Many of her powerful cards may burn after usage, but the top half of Reviving Ether allows her to return all of her burn cards to her hand. Getting the timing right on this one-time recovery per scenario of all burned cards is key to using the Spellweaver well. So yeah, she's a very complex character to play with because of this whole burn mechanic that she's playing around with. It's up to you now. Kill the remaining bandit guards. Reviving Ether will allow you to recover all your burned cards. Blah, 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 blah. So we cannot play the Reviving Ether right now. We're supposed to do a short rest. It will tell me that, oh no, you are about to burn Reviving Ether, so we have to redraw this by taking 1 damage. Burning Freezing Nova instead. Now we can play Flame Strike and Reviving Ether. And selection. There's really no other options for us here. They are going to move 2, then attack 2, and then strengthen self. So they're doing this strengthen thing that we just saw in the event. I wonder what that means. Can I see it through here? No, we'll learn more about that later. Flame Strike goes first, why not? It will allow me to attack 1 enemy nearby. Range 2. That's good enough. Confirm that. Oh, and I misplayed it. I'm supposed to... Right. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. Let's just die here. It's fine, I suppose. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I was talking, and so I distracted myself. I wonder if we can survive this. So what does Strengthen do? The Strengthen character gains advantage on all of their attacks. The Strengthen condition is removed at the end of the affected character's turn. Okay, and so advantage, let's clear that now. When you draw these attack modifier cards, when you have advantage, you draw 2 and pick the highest. If you have disadvantage for any reason, you will draw 2 and pick the lowest. So this is another mechanic that we get to play around with. I don't know that we can do anything here. I think we're done. We've lost. Yeah, okay, she's exhausted. Okay. I wonder what happens then. Maybe I've screwed the entire campaign. I think we get to redo this one though, right? Defeat. Have another go at using her abilities. Retry. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy. Let's just run through it. This and selection, continue. You do Freezing Nova with the Consume the Ice. And then run away. There. Skip movement, end. Then you do a short rest and have to take a damage to redraw there. Burn Freezing Nova. Then Flame Strike and Reviving Ether in selection. Let's try not to fuck it up this time. Let's just do Flame Strike first here, but the other half of it, of course. Same result, so it was like completely useless what I did before. Reviving Ether then. And this one infuses an element. Here it is indicated that this one will infuse the dark element and it's being created over here. You can't spend it in the same turn that it is being created. Another thing that is important to understand. It is permanently burned, this card, and it is also burned, denoted by these 2 symbols down here. Some cards, as like Reviving Ether itself, is allowed to recover burned cards, but they can also, some cards can also be permanently burned, like the Reviving Ether. So covering a lot of mechanics here. They will take their turn. But this time we didn't die. They pound their shields. But I am not afraid. Alright, so I wonder if we can... Maybe we can get to pick up some gold here. Some of this stuff will give me XP. There's a loot one on this card here. That would be kind of interesting to use. Now, we don't know what they're doing, and we only have 1 HP, so like we are not in the best spot to play around. We can heal ourselves and kill one of them, maybe. We can kill them both here with the fire orbs, and we get 1 HP for each enemy targeted. And then I could ride the wind over and grab 1 pile of gold, or 2 piles of gold in this spot here, and that might be the best we can do. 2 XP and then some gold. I think that's the best we can do. Here's a heal 4. So I could heal myself for 4. Kill 1. So unlikely that they would kill me then. If I have 5 health. I think I'm going to try that. Maybe we will have to redo it again. But I'm going to try to milk it a bit here. So Mana Bolt and the heal thing here. Freezing Nova heal. And selection. They will move and attack 1. Okay, yeah, so we are definitely going to not only survive that, but recover a little bit here. Look at that. It'll be this heal. And then the Mana Bolt taking out the higher health of the 2. And I will consume an element in order to gain the XP value here. Times 2 damage, damn. Okay. And he does 1 damage to us. We can either burn discarded cards, or just take the 1 damage here. I'll just take the 1 damage. If I do not kill him this turn, I will survive. Oh, but I can't loot all the gold. With move 3 and then loot 1, we would get 1, 2, 3. We would end up here. And then I can loot 1 and pick up the gold on these 2 tiles. Here, 4 and 4. So that's 8. Not bad, but I was hoping to land on this spot. Yeah, but we can't. I think I'll do it. So like this and then that. He might go first here. Attack 2. Yeah, we'll survive and then we'll kill him next round. I hope. Oh, but he did no damage. Lucky. Oh, but this is a dead end. I can't do any of the things that I wanted to do. Okay, that's my bad for not surveying the terrain proper. So we will do Ride the Wind. This allows me to ignore his or ignore obstacles here or there, and then hope to get the loot 1 next turn. No, I'll stay here and do it here in case we don't get the loot 1 next turn. I am not going to kill him then. I think we go. This is another thing for me to test out. If for nothing else, I will skip the attack. I think we get to do another round because I have just enough cards to do 1 short rest here. We have 3 in the deck, which means I have 2 to play during the turn as well. Yeah, we will burn fire orbs. That's fine. And then we have Mana Bolt and Flame Strike. So I cannot get loot 1 because that one was... The Ride the Wind was burned when I played it. Right. Okay, so we can shoot him with the Mana Bolt and then move with the Flame Strike and pick up some gold. Yeah, so we got a little bit more stuff out of it here. It wasn't for nothing. We kill him. Infusing it to gain XP. If we had pulled not a kill thing, then we would have died ourselves. And there's 4 gold in every one of these piles, so it doesn't matter which one. End the turn, pick up the gold. Didn't get all the gold, too bad, but we lived. For helping her out of that bind, the Spellweaver has agreed to join your guild. As you saw, her abilities can be incredibly potent, but she can be a difficult character to work with due to the complexity of her tactics. Yeah, but more complex characters are about to join our team. That's the elemental schools of magic covered. Perhaps we could do with recruiting someone who understands high-tech contraptions and such. I swear there was a quadrille tinker messing around with a power core or some other artifact in the tavern not too long ago. Good call. I heard he was looking for fellow explorers to investigate a tomb nearby. Barkeep said he sent it off yesterday. Sounds to me like the sort who might be interested in joining a guild such as our own. Let's see if we can find him. Indeed, brain over brawn. Help the Tinkerer escape the Demon's Gate many crypts, and he'll surely join the guild. Let me try that again. There we go. The trainer informs you that the quadrille had last been heading to the basement underneath an abandoned mansion to the south of the city. You reach the mansion and find the front door wide open and small footprints in the thick dust. You follow these to a door to the deep, dark basement. Meet the Tinkerer. He's a support character to have on a team, a great one indeed, but can also take multiple enemies in a pinch. Look at all those skeletons. I'd say this counts as one. Currently he is wounded and will take 1 damage at the start of his turns, so you ought to heal him as soon as possible with that minor health potion. Looking at where the enemies in this room are, I'd advise you to go as late as possible in the round. Sometimes it's better to go slow and let the enemies come to you, so you aren't at risk of being attacked. Then you can use one of the Tinkerer's famous area of effect attacks to deal some serious damage to multiple enemies at once. You can recognize such abilities by their hex-shaped patterns on the ability card, showing you the shape of the area it will target. Like the ink bomb. So we will select the ink bomb as he suggested, and then a heal. We had to use the healing potion to heal, that's right. So what else are we going to do? Let's see, this will give us 2 XP. Heal 5, range 2. Okay, maybe we self-heal here. Not sure we're gonna get a lot of gold in this one. Again, most of his stuff is burned already, so... I didn't cover this, but here's the wounded ability. Or trait, not trait, condition. A wounded character suffers 1 damage at the start of each of its turns. A heal ability will cure the wound and allow you to heal, unlike the poison. In comes the skellies. Lining up nicely for a little AoE attack. We take the damage from the wound, that is unavoidable. We take the damage here. Then we will spend the potion as they noted, but maybe I can get away with not spending the potion. I think... yeah, we can min-max a bit because the item will carry over. Pew! You may have noticed that if you use a heal ability when wounded, yes, I did notice, blah, 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 blah. Poison condition is different. Indeed. Good. I have already covered this. But then I can't do the ink bomb. I did it again. For glory. Oh, yeah, you defeat. Yeah. Okay. I did it again. Right, you have to be really careful with this game. I thought I could cheese the system. We won't be allowed these retries once we get into the real game. So, yeah. Let's see. We do Ink Bomb, and then I guess just the move 6 one for the XP. Or an attack range 5, or range 2 attack. I don't know. Let's just do the move on this one. Energizing Tonic. Continue. And I've done these tutorials before, as I said, so like, it's kind of silly that we're wasting this time. Take the damage. Spend the potion this time. I guess we can't get around it. Then ink bomb. Yes. And he will note this later, but you can rotate the AoE effects with the R button. And I think I want to do that earlier this time. So here. Splat. I wonder... We might die here. But this time I'll try to squeeze some gold in. What happened? Oh, I am unaware. He is exhausted due to unavailable... Oh, because I burned the card. Yeah. Okay, so I burned the energizing tonic card. And that means that even if I did a short rest, there was not enough cards in the discard pile to make it so that he could do a short rest and then still have 2 cards. So that's not allowed. I see. Okay. We could have done that math, but we didn't. Okay, so I'm not allowed to burn the other card. We'll do this. Interesting. Okay, I'm still learning this game, I suppose. Hopefully the learning curve will allow me to play the deadly difficulty a little bit like I had hoped. So we receive the damage, do the ink bomb. Here we get to note that the randomization of the attack modifier is different here. So we're not allowed to play this for the burn effect. We will play it for movement and just say skip movement. And do the healing potion, don't forget. Okay, now I should be allowed to keep playing. Boom, ink bomb was pretty good, eh? I'll leave you to finish off the rest of these bad guys. Did you know you can rotate the shape of an area effect by pressing R? I did know. You told me before. So we have to do a short rest. We do not need the toxic bolt, technically. No, if I burn that, it'll burn... Oh, if I redraw that, it'll burn the net shooter instead, and that's the one we really need. So we will burn the toxic bolt. Here, I am not going to be able to take another turn regardless of how we do this. So I will do the net shooter, the energizing tonic and the net shooter, of course. There's no other way to play it. Continue. And now we can do the movement thing after the fact here. We will bomb them both here. All them 3. Gain 1 XP for each enemy targeted. That's fine. Confirm targets. And we will be allowed to move in and pick up some stuff here. And that shouldn't make him exhausted now, because it is the end of the scenario. Feels bad leaving all that gold behind, but there was no way to get it. This little guy packs quite the punch, eh? Let's sign him up and look for some paid jobs for the guild to take on. Indeed. We're getting a proper mercenary guild together now. Speaking of paid jobs, I've met someone who has requested our help. And this is the Keeper of the Oak. Peace be with you. I am the priestess here, sworn to the sanctuary of the Great Oak. Thank you for meeting with me, as we at the sanctuary are in dire need of assistance. You see, the holy crypt in the catacombs beneath the sanctuary has been broken into and defiled by deranged cultists, raising hordes of undead to do their nefarious bidding. I beg of thee, please help us be rid of this menace. An all too common occurrence these days. Anyhow, sounds like an opportunity to try out our 2 latest recruits together. Get to it. And so for every like a new classes that we pick up, we have this little training missions where we get to use them together, just like we did with the brute and the scoundrel. Now we have to use the spellweaver and the tinkerer in a proper scenario. Tomb of Horrors. The undead have risen in this crypt. Time to return them to their slumber. The keeper meets you at the entrance to the temple, where many of the acolytes looked fearfully towards the building. She explains that the portals have been opened in the crypts, and that although they have a holy symbol capable of closing them, no one is brave enough to enter the crypt. She gives you the artifact and explains, You will need to remain in the crypt for some time, and then the symbol will close and dispel the portals. Good luck. She ushers you forwards. Mm-hmm. And here we are. The crypt is bathed in an unholy light, emanating from mysterious portals in the corners of the room. You brace yourself for battle against whatever evil may come. And so here we are introduced to a new mechanic. We can't see it right now, but there will be little portals that keep spawning enemies. All we have to do to win this scenario is survive 3 rounds. And so in the meantime, what we are trying to do again is, of course, to pick up the gold and spend the abilities that give us XP. This one is not that hard, so let's see if we can do it. We can move around. And here, I will use a stun shot on the guy over there. Something that I have been looking at myself, and I'll point it out here for the viewers then. Like the living corpse over here says he has health 5, that is correct, he has 5 health, movement 1 and attack 3. And so you're thinking, or at least I thought, that this means that he will move 1 always. But no, I am not sure what this movement 1 means. It might be something that he stacks on top of every movement ability or something. This one has an active bonus innate target 2. Oh, so he always attacks 2 different enemies or like targets. Interesting. No conditions or effects on you. Okay. Yeah, so stun shot here to stun that guy so that he doesn't come over and punch us. And then, let's see, the living corpse. I want to get to the gold over here if we can. We can heal. One adjacent ally may recover discarded cards. That's 2 XP. Very nice. I'm thinking about how we can max out the XP, of course. If I put you here, we can stun shot you and then toxic bolt you for 2 XP. Maybe that's better. That's not stun, that's toxic bolted. The attack down here. That burns the card, but that's fine. We're not going to be able to burn all of our cards anyway in 3 rounds. Let me find another XP gaining ability here. There must be one. Oh, heal. I guess I'll use the heal. Unprompted, but whatever. And then I will send Spellweaver Lady over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then loot 1. Can we do 4 movement? No. So Ride the Wind will carry her there. And then she will... All of these require me to spend or consume an element, so I don't feel like that's the one. Probably this one here, Fire Orbs. Yeah, that'll be fine. Again, I don't think they can kill me fast enough. I hope I am right. I might be wrong here. But we'll try this out. Does she have the defense ability? No, but she has healing. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. So just for reference, the living corpse will move 2 and then immobilize and model the target. Model means that you have disadvantage for all attacks. Living bones will move 1, so if I'm standing here, it won't reach us, and then therefore this one will do nothing to us. We will be hit by the living corpse if I stand here, but it will not do enough damage. It will not do any damage, I'm sorry. So, no worries. I want you to attack here. 5 damage, oh yeah, okay, that's a kill. +1, nice. Yeah. And then I will heal unprompted, but hopefully it does give us the XP. Like, without healing anything, in fact. But we do get the 2 XP. Perfect. Living corpse will go. Oh, okay, so we don't even get hit by the thing. Nor that one. Nice. I'll only be able to hit one with the fire orb. So that feels a little bit bad. We could do the basic attack. But that won't give me XP. No, I'll just do the fire orb. It's fine. Skip movement. Then this. And here we have... Oh, I didn't cover this, but when you do a ranged attack at range 1, like against an adjacent melee range target, if you will, then you will always have disadvantage. So I had disadvantage for that roll. You can see here that we... Spellweaver draws +0 and +1 attack modifiers, and then it chose the lower of the two. Picking up the gold there, very nice. Okay, and that was 1 round, and we didn't take any damage. So as long as we are a little bit careful here, we shouldn't die. Knock on wood. What if I did Mana Bolt or Freezing Nova? Freezing Nova would immobilize if I had the ice element. I do not have that. We have the Flame Strike thing, so we could do a wound. We can do the Mana Bolt. It'll be enough to kill him. 1, 2, 3. It's probably unlikely that this living corpse moves 3. This living bones might reach her. Let's hope it doesn't kill her. I think I like that. Let's go like this and move with... Doesn't matter. The Freezing Nova. There. And then the Tinkerer. The Tinkerer will try to gain some XP. We can move over to this pile of gold and then maybe shoot him. Here's the portal where we can see the new enemies will be spawning here. Next round, it'll spawn a living corpse in this tile, and if that tile is occupied, then one of the others. Same over here, living bones spawning in this location. Or we can loot too from where you're standing, and that'll give you XP. I like that. And then what can you do? This is range 4. Do we have a range 4 attack? The net shooter is technically going to be range 4, and that would immobilize him. I think I like that. Just checking all the things. Yeah, we don't have many other ways. So the net shooter it is. And let me make sure that the net shooter goes first. There. We have the first 2 initiatives here. He will move 2 and attack 2. The living bones will move 0. And then heal themselves and attack. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Okay, nice. So you, lady, Spellweaver, will move over here. Use the Mana Bowl then to shoot him, consuming the thing. We can choose which element to consume, but it doesn't matter because they're both going to run out after this turn. Another one bites the dust. Picking up the gold. Here we loot the 2. To gain the XP for that and the gold. Very nice. And then the net shooter should be able to reach out there. Yes. Not too shabby. Gaining more XP. And Tinkerer's turn. The living bones are not moving. Neither are the living corpses. And as long as we do not lose both of our heroes during the end turn here, then we will be fine. I'm not sure if we are allowed to lose one. We are going to attempt to not lose one. You cannot play any XP gaining abilities. You could if you did a short rest, but no, because there's no elements infused, so the Mana Bowl will not be able to activate that, so it doesn't really matter. All that matters is gaining the gold for you. What about you here? Get XP. You have ink bomb again? I guess we did the net shooter, not the ink bomb, right? So ink bomb will gain 2 XP here. And if I could make you go before Spellweaver Dude, then Spellweaver Dude could run over here and collect some of the gold after the fact. I think that's a good idea. So ink bomb into something quick. Move 4. Stun shot and ink bomb then. Good. And you want a higher initiative than 20, and that's easy to do, like so. Yes, we could try to get freezing Nova. I think I will do the short rest, there's no reason not to here. Okay, I will not take a damage for that. I don't think that's a smart idea. But we could do a 7 initiative then. I will not. I will go for the Flame Strike and Reviving Ether. No. Yes. And selection. Move 1, attack 3. That won't matter. The Living Bones Elite here will attack 4 and target 2. Okay, so that. We do not want to be standing next to the Living Bones Elite when it gets its turn. That is really important. Same with the other Living Bones. So as long as we move with the Spellweaver, we're fine. This game is a lot more like a puzzle game than a normal dungeon diving roguelike. But yeah, it has some elements of both. There, good. Then move over here. You can, yep. Oh, you would move through the trap, taking 3 damage. And that doesn't matter. It is fine. Except he would kill you. No. And what are you going to do? Move 4 with the jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting to safety. And then you can flame strike him and killing him before he gets his turn. I think we're going to be fine. And this gives me more gold. So, yeah. Here we go. Take the damage from running through the trap. Even if he does punch me, it doesn't actually matter. So we're fine. We're just fine. A-okay. What is the skeleton here doing? It is going to attack 3 twice. Yeah, it would kill the Spellweaver. I'm not keen on testing right now whether that causes her to take penalties. Or if that, I mean, if that loses us the scenario, that would kind of suck. That's the best we can do. We end the turn, they do their thing, but they can't. And then that is 3 rounds of survival. Good stuff. The portals suddenly blink out of existence. Whatever dark magic was reanimating the undead seems to cease, and they collapse to the floor. You have survived the undead onslaught and restored peace to the sanctuary. So of course, again, this was a very easy mission, but we are still in the tutorial area. I cannot express just how grateful I am. Truly, thank you. With the threat to the sanctuary gone, we can finally resume the restoration of the temple here. It will be some time before we are ready to resume our normal services, but I hope we can be of help in the future. I bid you farewell, and indeed she will be of help in the future. But more on that later. Merchant is not satisfied. Hang on a second. We did that for free? I thought we were supposed to be looking for page. Oh, God, never mind. Join the guild, they said. It'll be fun, they said. You'll make it to go. Don't mind him. Thanks to you, the temple will be opened in due time. And you will be glad to receive their blessings. Now, the next village we've lost contact with is the Marches. The route is under lockdown after a number of raids from some small bands of vermlings camping nearby. Indeed, and that will be something that we look into in the next episode. So thank you guys as always for watching, and see you soon with the next episode of Gloomhaven.